Hello and welcome to Warhammer Wednesday. In this Warhammer Wednesdays video, I thought I would give you a full review of one of the brand new models in the new Shadowspear box set. This is the Chaos Master of Possession. The only way you can pick him up at the moment is to buy the Shadowspear box set, which is £105, so it's quite pricey, but you do get a fair few miniatures. The Chaos miniatures, in my opinion, are the best in the set, mainly because they're individual and there's a lot more variety with them. Anyway, what I'll do is I'll just go through the model, how easy he was to build, go through some size comparisons, and then finish up with all of his rules, which you'll find in the Chaos Demonkin mini codex that you get with the box set. I'm hoping you'll find his rules in the new Chaos Codex too. There are 53 data sheets, but that's coming next weekend, so we'll have a look at that, and I'll confirm it in my Instagram or on the channel. Anyway, the model itself, absolute dream to build. Didn't really have any issues. Didn't have any issues with the mold lines, which I normally would with, you know, Chaos Space Marines. You know, with the normal troops, I've had a couple of issues with the power packs. But this model went together very quickly, very easy, a joy to build. Lots of detail going on. Yes, there is a gap there, which you can fill with a bit of green stuff, or just do what I do, which is just put some glue in there and then wait for it to dry and then just sand it down. So I still need to do that, but I thought I'd just build him quite quickly and get a review out. Loads of detail on this model. There's quite a few skulls, you know, so there's 3 skulls there, well, a 4th one on the bottom. So actually there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 skulls just, you know, dangling from his cloak. Then you've got this kind of goat's head, then you've got his helmet itself, which is ornate with this ram's kind of skull, and then you've got 3 human skulls on the back. Even the vents look like skulls, and then he's holding a flaming skull too. I mean, incredible. He's got this sacrificial blade here and a trusty bolt pistol, and loads of like teeth and rune sigils and all kinds of things going on. So lots going on in this model, lots of detail. Like I say, absolute joy to build. He goes on the base quite well. He's on a big 40mm base as well, so he definitely stands out. How does he compare with the other models then? Well, I have a Chaos Space Marine that I just quickly built as well. This is your standard Chaos Space Marine that you get in the set. As you can see, he's way bigger, so a lot more presence. His head goes up to almost chest height, I'll probably say abdomen height there, and that's because he is leaping. I mean, if you put him, you know, feet to feet level, he's similar size, only a little bit bigger maybe if he was on the floor. So I like what Games Workshop have done with him leaping up. You know, definitely gives him a bit more presence and a more of an active kind of pose. So that's where he stands up with your Chaos forces. He's going to stand out. Comparing him to the Primaris, the Primaris models in the kit, here's the captain. He is still taller than the captain, even though the captain's got this bolt rifle sort of holstered upright. So he stands out amongst the Primaris models. Primaris models do have a fair bit of bulk, and they've got a few other things going on, you know, and they are on the 40mm bases too. But I think the Master of Possession still stands out as a really strong HQ unit. So let me just confirm into some standard kind of models. So here's a standard Space Marine from the Heroes set. If you put him sort of leg to leg height wise, he's a little bit taller. You know, they need to make him a bit taller for like a character model. And then an Intercessor is taller, so that's still a good sort of size to compare that to. And there you go. So I hope those size comparisons helped, just to give you an idea of where he stands in the collection compared to all the other models that are out there. I would have obviously liked to have done a comparison with him next to all the other Chaos Space Marines and the Possessed and the Venom Crawler and the Obliterators. That will happen, guys. I will do a separate review of all the models in the set, both the Chaos ones in their own video and the Primaris ones in their own video, but I just wanted to get this video out to you quick as possible, and there will be a lot of other Chaos content coming to the channel over the next 2 weeks, so I hope you look forward to all of that. Anyway, this is my part of the review where I will go through all of the rules for the Master of Possession. So you'll find him in your mini sort of codex from Shadowspear. He is an HQ choice. He's a power points cost of a 5. And in the back of the book, it goes through the match play points cost. And he costs 90 points. His war gear, he's armed with a 4 stave, which is 8 points, so you're going to have to buy that. A bolt pistol, which is free, and frag and crack grenades, which again are free. So you're just going to have to add that 4 stave of 8 points to the 90, so it's 98 points, so just shy of 100 points there. His stat line then, he's a movement of 6 inches, a weapon skill of 3+, ballistic skill of 3+, strength 4, toughness 4, 4 wounds, 3 attacks, leadership of 9 and a save of 3+. Nothing special going on there. You know, compared to the captain in Phobos armor, the captain is the same movement speed, but it has a better weapon skill and ballistic skill and more wounds. He's got 6 wounds and he has 5 attacks, but the rest of the stat line is the same. So, you know, like for like, the Master of Possession is worse by a fair amount, but then again, he is cheaper in both power points cost and match play points cost, but I thought I'd just do that comparison between them. So he's got the bolt pistol, nothing special. Would have been great if he had some kind of hot plasma pistol, or I don't know, some better sort of shooting weapon. Bolt pistol is a range of 12 inches, pistol 1, strength 4, AP 0 and a damage of 1. The 4 stave is a melee weapon, it's a strength +2, so that bumps his strength up to 6, AP -1 and damage D3, not too bad. Frag grenades are 6-inch, grenade D6, strength 3, AP 0 and a damage 1, and the crack grenades are range 6 inches, grenade 1, strength 6, AP -1 and a damage of D3. So his abilities, he's got Death to the False Emperor. You may have heard this before in the Blackstone Fortress abilities that I've explained before, but Death to the False Emperor means each time you roll a hit of a 6+ for the model with this ability in the fight phase, it can, if it was targeting an Imperium unit, immediately make an extra attack against the same unit using the same weapon. These extra attacks cannot themselves generate any further attacks. So he's got 3 attacks already, strength 6, AP -1. You get your 6s on them, you're going to get more attacks with the same weapon. So that's pretty decent. Other ability, he's got Demonkin, which means he's got a 5+ invulnerable save, and he's also got Right of Possession. Psychers suffer perils of the warp on any psychic test roll of a double that is made for them, instead of just double 1 or 6 while they are within 12 inches of any enemy models with this ability. So if he's within the 12 inches, then any rolls of a double. So that's quite horrific if you want to use any psychic powers near him. He's a Psyker, so this model can attempt to manifest 2 psychic powers in each friendly psychic phase, and attempt to deny 1 psychic power in each enemy psychic phase. It knows the Smite psychic power and 2 psychic powers from the Malefic Discipline. Now the Malefic Discipline is also in the book. There's quite a few. I'll just go through them because he is a Psyker and it is important to go through them. So Malefic Discipline, the Masters of Possession have studied the profane law of conjuration, learning how to draw forth demonic beings, taint their surroundings with the mutating energies of chaos, and blast asunder the souls of their foes. So you've got a load of psychic powers between 1 and 6. You've got Incursion, which has a warp charge value of 7, and if manifested, the Psyker can immediately attempt to summon a unit of demons to the battlefield using the demonic ritual ability, as if it were the movement phase. When doing so, you roll up to 4 dice instead of up to 3. The Psyker will not suffer any mortal wounds as a result of doubles or triples being rolled for this demonic ritual. That's pretty good, Incursion. Sacrifice has a warp charge value of 4. If manifested, choose any model within 2 inches of the Psyker and that model suffers a mortal wound. Then, choose a friendly Legion Demon model within 18 inches of the Psyker. That model regains D3 lost wounds. If that Legion Demon model is a Demon Engine and the model you choose to inflict the mortal wound on was a friendly Legion Warpsmith, the Demon Engine regains 3 lost wounds instead. That's pretty good, that he can just sacrifice any model within 2 inches of him to regain lost wounds on demons or demon engines. 3. Mutated Invigoration. It has a warp charge value of 7. If manifested, select a friendly Chaos Spawn, Legion Possessed or Legion Cult of Destruction unit within 18 inches of the Psyker. Until the start of your next psychic phase, that unit will gain a bonus depending on what unit it is, as follows. You can reroll the dice when rolling for that Chaos Spawn's mutated Beyond Reason ability. You can reroll the dice when rolling for the attacks characteristic of that unit of Possessed due to its Writhing Tentacles ability. And you can reroll one of the dice when rolling for the strength, AP and damage characteristics of that Cult of Destruction unit's weapons due to its flesh metal guns or flesh metal weapons ability. That's a great psychic power for your obliterators and your possessed and your Chaos Spawn. Number 4, Possession. Has a warp charge value of 5, and if manifested, then until the start of your next psychic phase, the armor penetration characteristic of the Psyker's melee weapon is improved by 2, e.g. AP of -1 becomes -3. Furthermore, until the start of your next psychic phase, each time the Psyker destroys an enemy infantry character in the fight phase, you can add a Chaos Spawn model to your army. If the destroyed model was Adeptus Astartes or Heretic Astartes, you can instead add a greater possessed model to your army. If a new model is added to your army, set it up within 6 inches of the Psyker and more than 1 inch from any enemy models. In addition, each time the Psyker destroys an enemy vehicle model in the fight phase that could explode, it automatically explodes. No dice roll is made, and any mortal wounds suffered by the Psyker in the resulting explosion are ignored. That's pretty good. I like the Possession psychic power. 5 is Cursed Earth. It has a warp charge value of 7, and if manifested, then until the start of your next psychic phase, the invulnerable save of friendly Legion demon units is improved by 1 to a maximum of 3+, whilst they are within 6 inches of this Psyker. That's very good. Really like that power. And number 6, the final one, is called Infernal Power. Has a warp charge value of 6, and if manifested, then until the start of your next psychic phase, reroll hit and wound rolls of 1 for attacks made by friendly Legion demon units while they are within 6 inches of this Psyker. So there's some very potent psychic powers there for the Master of Possession. He can attempt to manifest 2, and he does no smite, and he can deny 1. So very strong psychic unit. Those Malefic disciplines are pretty awesome. His keywords are Chaos, Mark of Chaos, Heretic Astartes, Legion, Character Infantry, Psyker and Master of Possession. So yes, although he only has 3 attacks, his force stave is still pretty good. He doesn't have that many wounds, but he does have a 3+ normal and 5+ invulnerable. But the main reason you get him is to buff other units around him and affect other Psykers. I think he's a great looking model. I think the rules are really strong for him. He's not that expensive too for what he can bring to a game. But I'm interested to hear what you guys think. Please do put it in the comments below. It'd be great to hear from you. Thank you ever so much for joining me today. Thank you for watching. Death to the False Emperor.